mana is spent. To an exile.
Okay, that was the Dread Lake run. Now, I'm going to quickly go over the build, because I changed a bunch of stuff. And this is pretty much what I think is perfect, but I mean, God, who knows, right? It really keeps changing. So as far as gear, I have a elemental damage wand here, with a pretty high base crit, which is really what you want. You want a nice high base crit, because again, Inquisitor, you really, really want to crit on as many attacks as possible. I use a belly. You don't have to. You get more than enough life in the tree. I go for 176%, which is really fucking good for a build like this. I'm just using a belly for now. I have a 5-link one. Yeah, it works. You could swap to a good evasion chest. You can swap to whatever you want, really. Duresso's Defiance. A good shield is pretty important. You want it to have a good amount of evasion or armor. This one's alright. You know, it's doing good for me right now. It's got a really good life and stuff. Rat stats is pretty much essential, because you need crit. On top of that, you get rarity, movement speed, attack speed, all the good shit. And good evasion. I use Maligaros with a real shit roll, but you can use whatever you want here. Prefer something with crit, though. So if you want, you can go for the Dust and Shadows and Dust. I think there's one other one you can run. Here you pretty much want really top off your reses. Preferably much higher life and good evasion and armor. Again, it doesn't matter too much, but you do want to get your reses here. Because it will be hard to get them on the rest of your shit. Belt with Wed, very important. Each percent of Wed is going to give you almost like 200 damage. Just 1%. So 36 is a fuck ton. For this build, Wed is super important. And then jewelry, you want multi here, preferably crit as well, and of course any added damage in life, reses, you know, all that good shit. Here you want Wed as well, preferably 2 diamond rings. Again, very expensive stuff, but you know, whatever you can get your hands on. This has Wed. This is, you know, probably my best ring. And you do want to avoid stuff like added physical, because you don't want to do physical damage for the most part, so that way you can run Fizz Reflect easily. I could do it with like probably 3 times as much Fizz as I have right here, but it doesn't matter. And again, this is just a really shit ring, but again, has life, accuracy, helps top me off. And there you go, that's pretty much the whole package. Now let's take a look at the tree. Okay, so here's the skill tree, and this is pretty much how I've changed it. I actually cut down going through this right side, which means we do lose the 50% crit and the juicy crit multi. But that's alright, because we make up so much more. Also, we don't go aggro, because really, investing 1 point aggro is just not that good. When you use a shield, you have so many more possibilities, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So, the rest of the build, honestly, just grabs life, a shitload more life, and actually this really nice shield node here. Now, this lets us run, if you want to run, like, say, like 1200 armor shield, right? You can do it, and this will give you a fuck ton more armor, combined with you know, armor evasion here, armor evasion here. On top of that, it gives you some block, so now you have a good amount of mitigation via armor, evading, block. Pretty good pool. And on top of that, an extremely high life pool. And you don't suffer much damage loss, but if you think, how much life do we have here? We have 176. If you think that's too much, feel free to just go ahead, drop these off, you know, pick up more damage. There's a lot of places to grab it in the tree. You know, here's a 12er, essentially. You can go down here for really good LE damage, because remember, we're doing pure elementals, so it's okay to grab LE points like that. You need accuracy, you need attack speed. There's a lot of nodes we're next to. You want to go down this Templar section, like Mathil likes to do? Fucking do it. You know, you got options. Me, I thought, honestly, just keep it good like this. So, that is pretty much what you need to focus on in the build. You need to get a good shield. You need to get high crit wand with elemental rolls. And that's pretty much it. And also, another big thing, I swapped to Barrage instead of Power Siphon, because with Power Siphon, the biggest problem with it was that the mana cost was simply too high, right? It was just straight up too high. You don't even notice it until you're wailing on something like Pi, or something like a singular boss, like the end of a map boss. You'll hit so fast, and it costs so much mana that you will actually not mana steal in time, even with the like 2% mana steal we have. It just won't happen. So swapping to Barrage, 100% no mana problems, and actually, I shit you not, almost twice as much damage? It's crazy how much damage this fucking skill does. Like, I don't know why I didn't swap to it earlier. It feels pretty good to use, too. Shoots off really fast, pierces 50% of the time. I mean, it's good. You could go 100% pierce, honestly, if you wanted to. Yep, and that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, fucking message me in-game.